What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are finally going to be moving some of the fish over from the 50-gallon quarantine tank here into the 180. So let's just get straight into moving some fish. Like I said, today we're going to be moving some of the fish from in here into the 180. And if you remember when I mentioned in one of the previous videos, I believe it was the fish room update, I wanted to move the cories and some of the tetras and like the plecos and stuff first into the 180 and then monitor them for roughly a month or so, and then go ahead and move the altums in just to make sure that the 180 is good to go. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to catch out most of the fish in here and put them into the 180. First thing is first. Sorry you guys can't see me, you can see the tank, but that's what we're here for. But like I said, first thing first, I want to get the floating anubias and stuff that's in here, all the floating plants, out into a bucket of water and just give them a quick rinse, just because you can see there's a lot of mulm on them and I want to get that out. So I'm going to try to, as smoothly as possible, get that out of there, give it a quick shake, and then just hold it in the bucket temporarily while I catch out the rest of the fish. Got my bucket of water here with tank water, so I'm going to go ahead and just start slowly pulling out the plants here, give them a quick shake in that bucket of water. And I may actually just put these guys somewhere, I'm not too sure, just because I don't want them to sit in the bucket with the dirty water, because then they're just going to get dirty again. So let me get another bucket with some water so I can put these guys in. Got my second bucket here of clean water. This is going to be the dirty rinse off the plants water. So let's go ahead, and I want to try to slowly pick these guys up out of the water. That way a lot of the detritus does actually stay on said plants and doesn't just go straight back into the water column. Give that a nice little shake in there. There we go. And into there. Tiny little anubiases in here. I got a bunch of different size anubiases and stuff just floating around in here. I know a majority of the mulm is going to go back into the water, but that's alright. I'm going to do water changes on this tank anyway. And I'm going to take this opportunity also to just rip off any roots that have blackbeard algae, because I don't want that. Okay, which is going to be a decent amount of them. Oh, this whole plant's full of blackbeard algae. Nice. Some of these I may have to dip into hydrogen peroxide just to get some of that blackbeard algae off. I don't know why I just dried my hands. That one's relatively clean. Good. Okay, so as you saw there, plants made a mess in the tank anyway. I'm going to be doing a pretty big water change here regardless, so that's going to be fine. Water change, wring out the sponge filters and all that good stuff. I know the altums are more than likely going to freak out. They do every single water change, but I guess that's just part of it. So now, like I said, I'm going to drain the tank down roughly about maybe halfway, a little more than halfway, so I can catch out the cories. The rummy nose tetras are actually not going into the 180, and neither is that one cardinal tetra. The two serpent tetras will be going in there, but the rummy nose, I have another plan for those, so stay tuned for that. And the cardinal tetra is going to be going in with the other group of cardinals that I have in the 20-gallon O'Renly rack. They're going to be going into the 75 upstairs eventually, so let's get to draining this tank and catching some fish. Okay, tank is drained about as far down as I can go. The heater in the back won't let me go down much more, but have another bucket here with some clean water. Now I'm going to go ahead and attempt to catch these fish. The altums have already started freaking out, so I am anticipating a war, basically, when I start actually moving fish out of here. Okay, yeah, you see they're already going buck wild, and they have just enough water to cover their bodies, so they're going to be pretty stressed out. It's gonna be fun. First, let me actually, I believe the pleco is in here. Yes, the big male pleco is in here. So the easiest way, I'm just gonna dump any dirty water in there. And there we go. Male pleco is caught. Now for the cories, it's gonna be kind of tough just because again the altums are gonna be in the way. What? The UV sterilizer is actually not plugged. It's not turned on actually right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pull this out of here. Reason it wasn't turned on is because the input kept getting clogged with the detritus that was in there. So I turned it off. I feel like it was on for a decent period. Whoopsies. What was that? Toss this over to the side here temporarily. I may toss that back in there once I'm finished catching the fish out, but we'll see how I'm feeling. I'm actually going to go ahead and just remove the sponge filters too because it's going to be much easier for me that way. All of them are getting removed. Alright, we're going to just ring that in there. This cave can come out also because there's no plecos in there, right? I don't think. No. There's nothing in that, so I won't put that back in the tank. And this is a Porette sponge filter. I got these from the same gentleman that I got my first Altums, the first big ones that I had that unfortunately passed. He gave me that sponge filter. Okay, now that everything is essentially out, I can try to catch some fish. The Altums here, go that way. Go over there. Okay, nobody in that corner besides Altums. What about you? Go over there, buddy. Alright, I think that's everyone in the bucket besides the Altums. So let me go ahead, fill this tank back up so these Altums can chill out and kind of calm down. I'm going to toss the floating plants and the sponge filters and stuff back in there and get these guys cooled down and then go over to the 180. Okay, so we are now filling the tank up. Altums are very, very stressed out. I got the sponge filters back in there along with the all the floating Anubias and stuff. They're super stressed, so I'm going to try to fill this up as quick as I can, or at least as fast as this fill-in will let me. And I'll probably have to do another water change maybe tomorrow or so because there is a lot of mold in there. I want to get that stuff out, but I'm going to leave these guys be for the time being while this is filling up. I'm going to get the other fish ready to get tossed into the 180. There we have it. Altum Angel tank is now full. It is just the 5 Altums and the 1 red shoulder Manicapuru or redback Manicapuru in there. I did set up the UV sterilizer filter thing again on this side here, so hopefully that just keeps pushing things around and cleaning up a lot of that mold. As of right now, I've got all the fish here in this little bucket here. I'm going to just catch them out. I'm going to net them out, the ones that are going into the 180 at least. I don't want this water going in there, so let's get over to the 180. Alrighty, got the camera set up here facing the 180. Fish are up here on the bucket right on here. First things first, I am going to pull out the cave with the male pleco in it just because he's not going to come out of there right now. So I may as well just toss this entire cave in here. There we go. Where will I set this down? I don't really want the cave in here just because it, I don't know, defeats the purpose of the whole naturalistic looking tank that I've got going on here, but for now, I guess. Let's see, can I squeeze this in here somewhere? Yeah, I'll just toss this. I want to put it somewhere that I can easily pull it out, actually. So maybe I'll just go ahead and do one of these. That way he can swim out from here. Let me dry my arm real quick. I didn't think about that part. Okay. But yeah, like I said, the male pleco should hopefully eventually come out. He'll probably want to venture out in the middle of the night, so I might have to come back later today and pull that cave out. In the meantime, let's catch some of the rest of these fish. Again, like I said, the rummy noses are not going in here, so I'm going to try to avoid catching those. Don't go in the net. Here's one serpe and two serpes. Okay, got both of the serpe tetras. Let's just pop them in there. Nice. Okay. Let me catch the two darker cories, the gray cories, the ones that I don't know what they are. Whoa! That guy just almost jumped out the bucket. Got one. There's this guy. Go ahead. There you go. Swim off, little dude. And nope, not the albino. I want you. Nope, not a rummy nose either. Dang it, these rummy noses are swimming right into the net, guys. Here's the other of those great spotted cories. So I got two rummy noses, two cerbi, not two lord. Two cerbi tetras and two of those gray cories in there. Now I count the albino cories as I put them in, so. Here's two, 3, 4, and 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10. There's another 5, so we're up to 10 in here. Oh, there you go. I got it, there you go, 10. Right, 3 more. So there are 13 total albino cories going in here. So we got 15 cories, 2 tetras, and another pleco. Mono bristles, stuff like that. Okay, I have a little bit of sand in there. That's okay, because there's already sand in the sink. Oh, yep, there we go. Gotcha. Last one going in. There we go. Beautiful. So now that all of those fish have been added, again, 15 more cories, 2 serpe tetras. The albinos and the bronzes are already swimming together. I'm hoping that adding the albinos will trigger these guys to spawn, because they haven't really spawned in a while. These are both Aeneas species cories, so I don't care if they mix with each other. Next thing is to figure out where I'm going to be putting these rummy noses. Like I said, for the rummy noses, I'm going to be probably putting them into one of these tanks here on the 20-gallon rack. I don't know which one though. I don't want to put them in this one because this has the cardinal tetras that's already pretty stocked up. This one's got the cauliflower swords and the golden rolls line barbs already, so I don't want to put them there. This has the baby CPDs, so I don't want them eating them. I may toss them in here with the baby altums, but again, this is a pretty stocked tank as well. This one has the golden rams and the couple cories and plecos and stuff, so don't really want to put them in there either. And there, I might be able to put them in here with the cories and the super red pleco. I don't know though. I may just toss them into this bottom 20-gallon long. This has just some guppies and the L519s in there, so I think this is where they're gonna go. Yeah, they're gonna go in here. So let's go ahead. Got my net here. We're gonna remove the lid really quick, tilt that back, slide that back there. The guppies in here, they're not necessarily mutt guppies, but these are like those twin sword leertail, whatever it is, guppies. I'm not too sure the name. I got these at an auction as a random guppy, but they breed relatively true. I do have some culling to do, but I'm not super fond of them. Not necessarily that I don't like them. I do like them, but they're just not my favorite guppies. So if the rummy noses snack on some of the babies, I won't be too upset. I got all 6 of them here in the net, so let's just go ahead and drop them in. Here we go. Oh, still one in the net. That's why you always check your nets, people. Go, go, go. Go ahead, little dude. That rummy nose is kind of stressed out. Hopefully this one makes it. Doesn't seem like he handled that stress too well, which would suck. Only have 6 of these little guys. There you go. Swim off, bud. He'll be okay. Swim off strong. You can see the rummy noses here at the bottom seem to be a little stressed out, not super colored up, but they'll be okay. once they acclimate to the tank, the temperature and everything in this tank and stuff, they will be 100%. As for the albino cories in here, they seem to be going gangbusters already with the regular bronze Aeneas or whatever it is. So these guys seem to be doing pretty good. Here's one of those little gray ones, albino, and one of the regular bronzes. So everybody in here is doing pretty good. Cerbate tetras are right here, looking phenomenal. Definitely want to get more of these guys for this tank because they're not even that colored up and they already pop really well. So I can only imagine once they actually color up how good they're going to look, especially in a school of, like, imagine 30 or 40 of these guys. So definitely want to get more. Okay, so that's going to be it for right now. Again, in about a month or so, I will be moving the Altums over into the 180. So I will pick the camera back up in about a month when I'm ready to move those guys in. But before that, I'll, before I actually move them, I'll show you guys how the fish in the 180 are doing. So I'll catch you guys. For me, a month. For you, 2 seconds. Alrighty, guys. So we are back. It has been roughly 3-ish weeks or so since I moved all the cories and the tetras and the big albino pleco into the 180, and I am glad to report that everybody's doing phenomenal. The cories did start to spawn after I added them in there, so that was really good to see. The tetras doing good, and that big old, like, 9-inch albino pleco is doing great. He's found refuge in the driftwood and stuff, so I've decided I'm going to go ahead, and today's going to be the day that we move the Altums and the redback Manicapuru into the 180. So let's get over to their tank that's right behind you guys and start catching some fish. Alrighty, so we're very obviously here at the Altum tank. I've got 2 small buckets here. I'm going to put 3 and 3 probably into the buckets. That way it's split evenly. First thing, I do have to siphon water out, so let's go ahead and do that. No water in the mouth is always good. I'll be right back after the filling process of these filling these buckets. Alrighty, so the 2 buckets are full. I did go ahead and disconnect the little UV pump sterilizer. I'm also going to go ahead and disconnect the heater because I don't need this on and plugged in anymore. Next, we're going to roll the sleeves up. I'm going to get a net first, move the sponge filters. I'll probably move the sponge filters later, but I'm going to get a net just to catch these guys out, so give me a second. Got my big net. Let's go ahead and catch these angels out of here. Now, I guarantee you they're not going to make it easy like they did when I was actually trying to catch the cories and stuff out of here. So this should be interesting. Let's see. Oh, okay, never mind. I made it a little easy. Here I've got the red back or red shoulder, whatever it is, Manicapuru. Let's see. Can you guys see this guy here? Not really. Let's get him into the bucket. There you go. Nice and gentle. Perfect. Okay, these guys are significantly larger than my original 4 that I had. So they're looking great. Let's see here. We're on this way. I probably should have gotten these because they're just getting away. I don't have a few plane saws floating up. Some plates and stuff. Let's see who is going to be. Oh, there's money. Okay, there's another one. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay, easy. Jeez, easy, fellas. And ladies. Alright, another one. Okay. Chill. There you go. There you go. He's super. Now he's got a splasher. Hey, look at me. I want to let it on. I'm not too either. Oh, this is another big one. And it's a splasher. It's a one. Okay, there you go. Hey, easy. Okay, last one. So there you go. Some internet. Beautiful. Ooh, another little. These guys are super wiggly. Hey. Okay, easy. Come on, out the net. There you go. Easy. Okay. Now that they have all been caught, let's move over to the 180. Alrighty, so got both buckets here on top of the tank, as you can see. I am going to go ahead and slowly just catch fish out one at a time. Let them out into the 180. Come on, swim into the net. This is a little difficult with this giant net. Don't want to, maybe I should do it by hand. Let's see if they'll allow me. Without absolute, no, they're going to lose their minds. Not going to do that. We'll just catch them one at a time, hopefully. Come on, there you go, into the net. Swim into the net. All right, it's much more difficult than I had anticipated with this big old net. Maybe I can do by hand. Let's see if they'll let me. This is probably safest for them anyway, with their fins being so long and elegant. Here we go. Ooh, hell yeah. I miss having big angels in here. Ooh, ooh, easy, big fella. Okay, okay, chill out. Let's see if I can do maybe the red shoulder. If he'll let me catch him. Woo! Splash me right in the face. There you go. Into the tank. Nice. Nice. That red shoulder looks great. Here it is. Nice big altum here. Easy, big fella. Easy. Oop. Don't jump out. Ooh, ouch. That didn't feel good. I forget that these guys have pretty spiny dorsals. Maybe I should use the net for this big guy. He's freaking out. There we go. Pull him. Swim off, big guy. Yeah. That looks good. Okay, first three are in. Let me drop this bucket down here. Grab the next bucket. And let's see if I can do these guys by hand or if these guys are going to lose it. Ooh, okay. It seems like it's the bigger ones that are like going crazy. Hey, 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 easy. I'm trying to send you off into a wild type looking environment. Ooh, yeah, nice big guy. Go. Oh, yeah, that looks so nice. Easy, easy. Oh, ouch. Oh. Swim off. Nice. And last one, let's see. Are you going to give me issues? This one's kind of big. It's a little tough to get my hand around. There we go. Straight in. Oh, yeah, those guys look good. Let's go ahead. Drop this bucket again down here. Put the lid back on. Right there. Let's see. Beautiful. All right, let me pick the camera up. Okay, so these guys are kind of huddled over here. The other ones, let's see, are kind of in the back. You can see their dorsals there. A little stressed out, which is understandable. They just got moved into this huge tank. There's one of them over here hanging out with one of the other small guys back there. Don't mind all the bubbles in the tank. I have to add some water into the sump. So the return pumps are pulling in a little water, so I'm going to do that next. But you can see one of the big guys right there with one of the small guys. And then over here are the rest of them, the other 5. A little stressed out, like I said, but understandable being they just got moved into the tank. So I'm going to give these guys a couple hours to kind of just settle down, and I will be back. Alright, so it has been a few hours since I added the altums into the tank. They are all doing phenomenal. You can see here, these guys look really good. Still probably a little bit stressed out from being added, but their colors look great. And my 2 smaller ones even started coming back out again. So here's one of them. Here's the bigger of the 2 smaller. They are hanging out with the big guys. And then we've got the red shoulder here doing phenomenal as well. They all look good. They're swimming pretty good. So I am going to continue monitoring these guys. I will have to do a water change this weekend. I'm due for one, so they're going to get their first water change in the 180. which is fine. I'm also going to be doing a cleaning of the sump as well because it is getting pretty nasty down there, so that's going to be coming as well. Probably do the water change or the sump cleaning first before doing the water change, but just look at these guys. Gorgeous, gorgeous fish. And that is it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed me finally adding the new group of Altums to the 180. I know it seems like, you know, deja vu in a sense because I did something similar when I first added my other group of Altums to this tank. Knock on wood, we don't have the same issues thanks to that UV sterilizer down there. It has been doing great. This tank again is due for a water change and a sump clean, so that will get done this weekend, and I will monitor the health of these Altums, you know, as the weeks come and stuff like that. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, click that like button, comment down below, let me know what you think of the 180 now that it has big Altums in it again. And subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss what I've got coming up, because we've got some pretty, for me at least, big projects coming up, so stay tuned.